Bavarian beer hall food is one of my favorite meals to sit down to, and some of the best examples of that are in the beer gardens in Munich, in Germany. You don't even have to leave the comfort of your own home. You can just make it yourself in the kitchen. The first thing that we're going to do is add a little bit of butter to this pot here. I've got this pot on medium heat already. I want to caramelize my onions, so you got to make sure that you preheat your pan. Nice hot pan means your onions are going to start cooking right away. You can hear that beautiful sizzle. Once those onions have given up their moisture, they're going to start caramelizing, but I'm also going to give them a little assist by putting a little sugar and salt in there. And we're going to let those brown for about 3 or 4 minutes. You don't want to scorch them. You don't want to turn them black. You just want to have a nice brown caramel color on those onions. After a couple of minutes, those are nicely browned, and we start to add the rest of our ingredients. Apples, these are Haraldsons, parsley, dill, fresh thyme, a little bit of pickling spice to give a nuanced sort of wintry mulled spice flavor to this dish. And then we add our beets. This is a pound of beets that I've peeled and then sliced and diced. Now you can hear all that sizzle there. That's really important because I want to make sure that my pan maintains its thermal velocity. So when I add my cabbage, I want to make sure that my pot is still hot and keeps cooking despite the fact that I keep adding cold ingredients to the pan. Now this looks like a lot of cabbage, but trust me, this cabbage is going to shrink, shrink, shrink. Add the rest of my sugar, 3 cups of red wine, and red wine vinegar. So, lower the heat to maintain a simmer, essentially set it, forget it, come back to it in an hour. What we're using for sausages are some traditional Wurst, Knockwurst, Weisswurst, a veal and parsley sausage, and of course, Bratwurst. The key here is to get a nice brown sear on the sausages. You don't want to blacken them, then you'll put a lot of bitter and off-tasting flavors into your dish. We're ready to transfer our sausages to this pot of cabbage that I started a little while ago. So we heat those sausages through for about 5-6 minutes. Just want to heat them through and then the dish is ready to serve. I always serve this dish with loaves or rolls of pretzel bread, making sure to have lots of traditional hot and sweet German beer hall style mustard. A little bit of cabbage, a little bit of Wurst, a little bit of mustard. German comfort food. Reminds me of my grandmother. That's perfect.